Okay, you're up, Tara.
Okay. Hi, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Tara Manning. I am under Kim White. She's my direct sponsor and also my superstar director. I'm lucky. I've been with Sensi for 5 years, and I learned something in one of the trainings. I saw Morgan McGee, I believe. Yes, Morgan McGee did this training, and I loved it, and I ran with it, and it has been working really well. I mentioned it in a previous, I think, Zoom meeting, or I mentioned it in the group. I think I did a live in about it. She wanted me to share because other people have been using it and it's been working well for them too. So it's very simple, and I do want to state this with I've been doing it for 5 years. I've got a little bit of customer base. I make a little bit more money every month. So please, please, please don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing. Do what's in your budget. Like, that's the biggest takeaway is always do what's in your budget. I still try to do everything in a standard envelope because it's the cheapest way to do it. I get those non-machinable stamps. Those work in a standard envelope for most of these things. If there's that lump and bump in there, and if I need to, I put it in an envelope, which will end up costing more. Some of these will, and I have to send pirate ship. I always use pirate ship, and it's about $3 for those holographic envelopes that I send, and that can get like some of the fabric samples and stuff like that. But I got ahead of myself, so I'm gonna take my camera off my holder in a minute. But what I've done is I've created a Jotform. And if you don't know how to use Jotform, I swear it's super easy. It walks you through step by step on how to do it, and I can help you guys figure out how to do it as well. But it's a Jotform, and what it does is when I have a customer that purchases from me, I send them a link. I touch base with them either text or Facebook Messenger, however I've usually been contacting them, and I thank them for their order, and I say I'm going to send you some goodies in the mail. Would you mind filling out this form so I know what you prefer? And I'd say 9 times out of 10 they fill the form out. I do get ghosted every once in a while, and I just send them something, so they get a sample regardless. But I'm going to take my phone off of my holder, and can I turn this around? Oh, I can't share my screen on. Wait, hold on. Look at me learn. Okay, so this is my computer, and I'm just in my edit mode of my Jotform, and it looks like my screen is dirty. I apologize. I've done that beforehand. Okay, so this is the edit screen of Jotform. So I've labeled it sample request form, and I'm in the build obvious stage, and then when you're ready, you hit publish. Then I'm going to do a preview so you see what my customers see and not the behind the scenes, and then I'll fill form. Okay. So they would get this. It would come here and it said sample request form, ready to try something new. Check out this form to see what samples I have ready to send your way and pick up to 2 choices. And you hit start. They'd fill their name in, and then they can select up to 2 samples to try. I need to change these out because this is going away at the end of July. I'm out of my scent soak for this, but I try to have at least 8 samples ready to go so that I can send it their way. And I have to say, I've been really surprised with what they've been asking for. I didn't make a lot of this dog deodorizing spray up because I don't have a lot of people who buy pet products from me, but maybe it's because they've never tried it. That could be it. But I ran out of this sample first. I had so many people ask for the dog deodorizing spray. And then the the laundry sample pack has been next. And so in that, I do the laundry liquid, the laundry liquid, the scent soft, and the washer whiffs. I send all three in this, and I just got those from the consultant store, so I send all three of them. The squeeze the day dish soap, I can link it later in the group, but I use a makeup sponge. It's like a circle makeup sponge, and I just squirt some dish soap on there. It's flat, like a dehydrated sponge, and so once they add water, it puffs up, and they can use that to scrub. Then, just counter clean. I've got those rags from the dollar store. I cut them up, the reusable cloths. I cut them up into four. I fold them, I put them into a holographic envelope, and I just spray inside the envelope, and then I take it out and they can wipe their counter down. That's been doing well. And that will go in a regular envelope. This will go in a regular envelope. This the Windowsill Breeze, which is even discontinued scent, but I'm trying to get it out into their hands. The fabric spray. And I did this Peachy and Palm Tree Scentsy Soak from the summer sample, or the summer sale collection, and then the summer collection wax samples. So they get a sample from every fragrance in that one, and the bathroom cleaner. So those are what I had up that they could choose from. I'm going to change those out because I need to. They've tried a lot of them. Then the next one is, are there any wax scents you'd like to smell? If I have them available, I'll send a sample your way, and then they can fill that out with what they'd like. If I have it, I'll send them a sample. If not, I try to send them something similar. I ask if they want information on Scentsy Club. Yes. Tell me how to save. No, I like paying full price, or I already have Scentsy Club. And then on the scale from 1 to 10, how interested are you in earning free Scentsy? And then how interested are you in earning extra income with Scentsy? So they can fill that out. And then they submit it, and then I get an email, and it comes back to me. And then I can just send them out what they have requested. And the nice thing about Jotform is that it basically makes like an Excel sheet too behind the scenes. So you'll hit view submissions, and then it's just an Excel sheet of everything that they wanted is in there, and it tells you what date they filled it out to, which is nice because then I can use that for follow-up purposes. I can circle back and say, did your sample of the laundry liquid and the deodorizing spray show up? What did you think? And I know exactly what scent I sent them and things like that. So, and if they've asked for extra scents too, it pops up in there and lets me know what I need to follow up with sample wise. So I've actually sold a lot more pet products since I've started offering that. And I've had people who requested the dog deodorizing spray but weren't a fan of the scent. So they asked for other scents, which I didn't have all the other scents, but I did have those scratch and sniff stickers in the pets products. So I just sent them a postcard with the other sample or the fragrances on there. So they know they like the product, but they want a different smell. So that kind of like got them to try the product, see what they think, and then if they need more ideas on other fragrances it comes in, then I can offer that up to them as well. So I can't see chat on my end, but if anyone has any questions, let me
I don't have
know.
any. I have a question, but there's nothing in chat quite yet. So on your Excel sheet, does it merge customers like if they fill it out more than once, or does it
No.
like each separate one? Okay.
Mhm. So I've actually been let me take it off of preview. Okay, so I'll show you my screen again. Okay, so here is my sample request form, and then over here you can see edit, inbox, and more, and then you'd hit more and you'll see submissions. And then so this is everyone who has asked for a sample. So it gives you the submission date, the customer, the name, the samples they'd like, the scent, and then their questions. So you can actually hit view, and then it pulls up this little sidebar here.
Okay.
So then you can just scroll down and see all of their answers.
Sweet.
So like here, she wants Scentsy Club, so tell me how to save. So I know I can reach out to her and explain how to do Scentsy Club too. Sarah, there is a free version. You are limited on the amount of forms you can have active, which honestly isn't a big deal because let me go back here. So I have like all these forms. If you see right here, they're not bolded. It means I've deactivated them. So I haven't deleted them, but they're not active. So you can make as many forms as you want, but then you could just deactivate it so that I think you're only allowed to have 3 or 4 active for the free version. So you just deactivate different ones or you just reuse it. I do pay for one of the versions, so they're actually trying to get me. I'm gonna see if it'll pull up. Oh wait, here's pricing. Hold on. Okay, so I do bronze, and I get 25 forms. You can up, and then you can go up to silver and gold. Obviously, it's expensive. But this is a tax write-off, and I use it, and I do find that it is helpful for me. I had the free version for a while. Oops. Okay, am I there? I'm frozen on my own screen.
You're not frozen on our side.
Yeah,
So
we can see you.
I had the free version for a while, and it was fine. I only went up to the bronze. I started paying for it because I started needing a little bit more forms. I have a form for my team to fill out, new team members to get to know them. I have a form to fill out. I'm trying to get like monthly goals so that I can kind of see where my team's at. I have, a customer one. I have got that. So once I started realizing I was going to need a couple more forms every month, I started paying for it. But do they,
So do you ask for their address later?
I
If you
have their
don't
address
enter- Okay.
for me, so it's in your workstation. So even if it's a
So you're
brand
only
new-
sending it to current ones?
No, all of them. So if it's a brand, say somebody finds me on Scentsy.com and it's a brand new customer to me, you go into workstation, you see your order history, and it'll have, Sally Joe and then her address and her phone number. So if it's somebody brand new, I'll take that phone number, and it's another software that I pay for is Visly, and it's like Project Broadcast except with Visly, it's first was invented to schedule posts, but they also have a texting program, which I really
Mhm.
like. Kind of like Project Broadcast, I think. I'm more familiar with Visly than Project Broadcast. But so I go into Visly, I put their text in there or their phone number in there, and I text them. I say, thank you for your purchase. Um, I know you're going to love Luna. It's one of my favorite fragrances. I'm going to send you some goodies in the mail. Please fill this form out so I know what to send you. Sometimes they don't respond to me at all, which is fine. I still send them their thank you letter, their handwritten thank you letter. And I'll usually, if they don't fill the form out, they get whatever I can put into a flat envelope with one stamp. They don't get a choice then. I gave them the choice and they passed up on it. I usually give them a few days. And if they don't respond and it's time for me to get my thank yous out, then they'll get a counter clean and a dish soap because I can get those in the envelope flat, or the wax samples because I'm doing those in felt now, which lets it go flat, which is nice too.
how long do you give them till you follow up with them?
Their sample
Like after they get the sample, sorry.
I usually, so if I send it out, I usually wait. I mean, if I send it out on a Monday, then I know they've probably received it by Thursday. So I'd wait. And so if it's sent it out on Monday, I'd follow up on the following Monday just so they know that not only did they get it, that they may have had a time or a chance to use it. Sometimes they're like, I haven't used it yet. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll follow up with you in a few days to see what you think of it. And I have a spreadsheet too on my Google Forms. I use the sheets.google.com, and I make spreadsheets in there. So I have a tab, and I could show you guys that too. Hold on. Well, okay, I'll go to a different one. I won't show you customer information. So this is my follow-up spreadsheet. So down here, this is customer information. I won't go there, but it has name, address, phone number, email, who referred them or how they found me, and then notes about them. So that's in this tab, which I won't go into. This is my follow-up. So these are my customers. This is their order date. This is if I've reached out to them in 24 to 48 hours. These are thank yous sent, so where there is not an X, I still need to send thank yous. I'm holding off on them because my happy mail is still going out. And then this is my follow-up. So this is like a week after they've ordered. This is when I need to go back and make sure their order arrived. This is sample 1, what month it will go out in, 1 month follow-up, sample 2, 2-month follow-up, sample 3, 3-month follow-up, date. And then if they haven't ordered in 6 months, I've stopped sending happy mail after 3. And at 6 months, I will go back and just kind of touch base and say, I haven't heard from you. We've got a new catalog, because every 6 months, regardless of when they've ordered, we will have a new catalog. So I kind of like tap them on the shoulder. These are my totals for my customers. So every month I put what their total is, and then over here is how much they've spent with me, so that these are dates I've discussed about joining. So these are people who have spent a lot of money. These are join discussions that I've talked to them on. So I keep a note of that.
I love that.
Sample tracker, which I'm just starting. So even though it has the Jotform, sometimes they've asked for additional samples. So I like to put those in there. So this is the date the sample was sent, the follow-up, did they purchase it, and then attach sample. And then this is where I keep all my tax information too. So anytime I make a Scentsy purchase, I put it in my spreadsheet, and I'll put it right here. But so this will be what I bought, how much it was, what category it falls into, and at the end of the year, I just total it all up and pull it up. So this is just docs.google.com, and it's the spreadsheet. So so I can access this from anywhere because it's my Google Drive. So phone, computer, things like that, I can have access to that for.
So on your, like when you do your 6 months, like, do you put in the month that it will be the 6th month that you will stop sending them?
No, so for my follow-up, I do 3 months of Happy Mail. And then if they buy on like the second month, then that 3 months starts over. But if they bought in January of this year and they haven't purchased from me again, they've fallen off my Happy Mail list in March. So they'll get Happy Mail in January, February, March. Then I'll stop sending things. And then in June, I send them what everyone else gets in their Happy Mail, except I also send a little handwritten postcard that says, "Hey, Sally, haven't heard from you in a while. I hope all is well. I haven't checked in on you I wanted to check in. I haven't checked in on you for a bit, and I wanted to make sure you were still enjoying your Luna Scentsy bar. If you're ready for some spring summer scents, we have a brand new catalog. I've enclosed a product list," because that's what I'm sending. That's it, a product list with the new scents and warmers. And I always have a QR code on everything. I'll say, "Here's the QR code to scan to see the new catalog if you're interested." And I'd say it's about 50-50. Sometimes I get people that will purchase as soon as they get that. And then sometimes I just never hear from again. And that could be they have a new Scentsy person, or they're not interested, or whatever.
And then, so I know we probably have some new people on here. So will you just say how you get these products to then make samples of them? Like, what do you do to get them cheaply?
Host credits. So if you are new and you aren't aware yet, you should always have an open party on your PWS that you are the host at. You can order, or you can name it whatever you want. People usually, they'll name it July orders go here, or flash sale orders here. I personally order or name it no order, continue to checkout. And so even if people aren't aware, they'll see that all the different parties at checkout, and they'll click that, and then it links to my party. And then when I've either reached 500 in sales or a little more than that, I'll close it out. And then I use my host rewards to get products. I don't have a dog, so I have no reason to buy these pet products really, but I need to make samples. And the only sample that right now that you can get in the consultant store is the dog shampoo and one fragrance. And I know a lot of my customers, while they're interested in the dog shampoo, are really interested in that dog deodorizing spray. It's basically dry shampoo for dogs, so it's great. So I actually have 2 different fragrances in it now, in the pet shampoo and the dog deodorizing spray. But I use the host samples and the half off to get all of that. I mean, when the summer collection came out, I was in love with everything, and I didn't buy any of it. It was all sent to me for free because of host samples. And I made so many samples from all that. So the counter clean and the bathroom cleaner, and I should have made the Scentsy Fresh in that, honestly, but I loved it, so I've been using it. But the scent, the wax bars, all of it I've been using. And I'm just starting to do Kim's idea about spoiling your Scentsy Club members. So anytime like a limited wax collection comes out, I make sure they get a sample of all of them. So those Island Day collections, I'm making samples of, and anyone in Scentsy Club is getting a sample of all 5. Everyone else in my Happy Mail is going to get 1 or 2 of them.
while we're also kind of on this topic, I always want to always reiterate. So I always set up a customer called business supplies. So anytime you're ordering things for like your business, so like for example, the island collection, if you attach to a party, or like for me, so I just ordered the products kits of like the home warmers and then the new scents of the season. So I just did an individual order, but I labeled it business supplies as my customer. So that way, come tax time, I literally can just go into my orders, type in business supplies, and it pulls up all of those. And it just kind of has everything all in there at once, and you can kind of see exactly what you're spending, et cetera. And then you can also add, they're called customer bags. So you can get 10 of like the clear plastic bags for $1. So I know like a lot of people always forget about those, but that's what I use for my orders. I usually tie them up with ribbon and put some tissue paper in there. But 10 for $1 is super cheap. You can't get them anywhere cheaper than that. So customer bags for those. And then Sarah says, where did you find the QR code?
I make it. I have Canva. There is a free version of Canva. I do the paid version just because I've been using it more. But again, the paid or the free version is still super amazing. I'm surprised they give so much away in the free version, honestly.
I agree.
I think you can do the QR code in the free version.
You can,
Okay.
because that's how I used to do it.
Okay. So if you go to Canva, it's canva.com, you can sign up for free. The free version again is really, really good. There's a couple of cool things in the paid version, of course. That's why they get you to pay, but you can get away super easy with the free version. But you'll go in there and pulling up something right now. And there will be a little like folder on the side. And I'm sorry if you can hear my fridge behind me. It's making all kinds of noises today. It's always promising when that happens. The QR code. So it's just a QR code. You push this little tab. It says QR code. You put the URL in there, and it creates a QR code for you right there, and you can move it onto your graphic that you're creating in Canva. So it's super easy. Or you can go, I think I used to use QR Monkey or something like that. .com. You can just type in free QR code into Google and you can go anywhere and make them to make your QR codes. And then, but I like using it in Canva because if I'm creating a graphic, I can just pull it right into my graphic and print it, and then the QR code's on there. So, and then I use bit.ly.com, which shortens your URLs into smaller ones. So it'll say bit.ly and then a slash, and then it'll have a small whatever behind it. I like to use Bitly because I know it. You can pay for that too, but I don't. I use the free version. You can see how many people have been clicking on that link. So I like to use. I'll take the URL of something I want. So let's say the summer collection. I'll take the URL. I'll go to Bitly. I'll make a smaller URL, and then I'll take that URL to make the QR code, so that even when someone scans the QR code, it's still showing up in Bitly that it's being clicked on or used. So I like to do it that way.
Well, that's genius. What was that site again?
BIT, hold on. It's bitly.com.
Okay.
So there's a paid version, but I don't pay for that.
No, but I like the idea of doing it like the QR code, so then it shows you that it tracks it too, because that's awesome. So I use avery.com when I do my QR codes, because I use them for like my labels. So like these are my labels that I put on bars. Sorry, it's backwards. But like I have my QR code that they can scan it and it'll go right to my website. And I put those on everything, anything that goes out, bars, scent circles, whatever. So I use it there and you can kind of create it. So lots of different places that you can make them.
And I just watched a training. I've been watching so many trainings between SRF and the Refocus, Reimagine group, and I don't remember. I think it was the Refresh group. One of the people talking said that when she puts QR codes on it, she used to do it to her site, but now, which I think I'm going to switch over to, she has a link tree. I don't use Linktree. I use a Jotform. But I have a Jotform link in my Instagram profile instead of a Linktree, so I can control so much more in there than you can in Linktree. But she uses her QR code to her Linktree so that she can change what people are seeing when they're seeing it. I'm like, that's genius. It's really genius because you can link them to your website, but then if they're unfamiliar with it, they're only seeing so many things. So if I want somebody to see like a new Wally collection, I can push that right to the top of the link tree, and that's what they're going to see. Or if they're going to see the summer collection or things like that. So I think I might start doing that. But yeah, I put QR codes and everything. I actually bought a QR stamp from Amazon, and I stamp all my envelopes with email so that if the postal carrier is interested, they can scan it and go right to my website.
I didn't even know you
The
could
nice thing,
stamp.
yeah, the nice thing with Linktree too, just if you guys didn't know, is you can change it so you have one of your links that's auto forwarding everything. So like if you have a special going on, you can set it up so when they go to your Linktree, it auto forwards immediately to your Scentsy page or to something instead of going to your landing page. And then Jotform has the same thing because I use Jot. So much of the stuff I've learned from Scentsy, I've actually taken into my day job because I'm in sales in that job. So I actually use Linktree and Jotform at my office job as well. And with Jotform, you can create apps. Have you done that one yet, Tara, with the apps on Jotform? They're amazing.
I have an app set up I'm just doing the block party in my group right now. So I have an app set up for that so people can go in there and request party form or party packs. And I have an app that I'm building for personal shopping links that Kimberly Polito, right? Is it? She showed me, or she did a video on how to do that, and I fell in love with it. So I'm trying to build that up too, but that's pretty cool. So instead of doing like a Facebook group, I have an app set up that they can just send this app or this link out to their people that are interested, and it takes them to like an on-demand Scentsy party. So they click videos of what they want to see and learn more about, and it takes them right to their pages, and I can put things in there that I love, and it's amazing.
That's
awesome.
Also, Kimberly's brain is crazy anyway, so like any of her trainings are really good. Annalisa, this is what mine look like. It's backwards, but so I just have my name, phone number, and then I say to like scan me, because you'd be shocked at how many people don't know what QR codes are, even though they're like everywhere. So I just do like the little like scan me to open your camera, scan me with your camera, and then my website. So that's what mine look like. And then that goes on everything that I send out. Oh, you still don't see anything. I'll send you a picture after, Annalisa. I'll Facebook message it to you. So, I mean, anything else that you have, Tara? Does anyone else have any questions about anything that we can talk about? We still have like a half hour. I will definitely give you back your time if you need it, but I feel like this has been incredibly helpful. Okay, if I can't think of anything, you went over all my stuff or all my notes that I had. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna start looking at it and playing with it and seeing what I can do. Especially, I'm just gonna try the free version first to see how I enjoy it. And then, because you could always use more business write-offs, at least I can. But that was very helpful, Tara. Thank you. Last call for questions on anything. Going once, going twice. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Okay.
Which incentive trip are you picking for next year?
I don't know. Here's my thing. I feel like I should just stop recording at this time because like it just doesn't matter at this point, but I'll put it out there in the universe. So I don't like the beach. So I don't feel like Los Cabos would be like my thing, right? I don't know how I feel about cruises, but my thing is I'm like, okay, if I earn the cruise and I go on it and I hate it, I didn't pay for it. So like that would be a good way to learn. And then I love New York and I'd love to do New York Scentsy style. And then, but Quebec, like the pictures were so pretty too. So I really don't know. I would just go for level 2 on whatever and then narrow it down about what time I could get off work. So,
I want to know more information about the Quebec one because that one kind of has me super excited. But I want to know like what they're planning, like
mhm.
what I wonder. I'm I'm assuming next month when they release like how you can earn and everything, they'll kind of do the itinerary, maybe, right?
I would hope, because I feel like that's going to make a big difference, or at least maybe show you like once it gets closer to like the end or whatever, or like when you can go pick your one, like they'll show you what it is. But I would like to know at the beginning to like know what I'm working for. But
I know, I
so
know. I'm excited because
me too.
I'm not missing it again. Like I'm literally nauseous. I'm trying so hard to be happy for everyone going, and I'm like, it's my own fault. I'm not on the cruise. I have no one to blame but me.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh, because that's a bucket list item, and I'm so sad.
See, I earned the Disney one, and we're going back in January. And I'm like, it will not be the same because we're not going to be Sensi spoiled at Disney like we were in June last year when we went. So, Sarah, are we social media or are we customer service? Do you mean like with how we like brand ourselves? Like, I mean, I do most of my stuff on social media,
Yeah,
but
so I'm on the Bitly now.
oh, okay.
So it's saying organization. I put Sensi, and my title, it's not applicable because I'm not an owner, a manager, director, you know what I mean? So, and then it says your department. So I don't know.
You,
Should I
think
say other?
just signed up and put my email. I don't think I did any of that. Are you in a?
Well, then I ain't doing.
Can you skip it?
You might be able to.
Well, it asks, hold on, let me go back and it says, how will you use your links for work, for personal use, or both?
You can
Because
probably put personal use. That's probably what I would just choose, honestly, is personal use.
Okay.
Did it ask you any of those crazy questions after that?
What are you looking to do? Marketing?
What are your options?
Social media marketing, digital campaigns, SMS notifications, branding, offline campaigns, international communications,
I would just probably do social media.
social media marketing.
Yeah. I feel like it's asking
Yeah,
you a lot of random questions.
well, yeah, that's why I was like, let me ask before you get off here.
I don't know. I've signed up for this so long ago that I don't. Maybe they
It probably didn't do those questions at the time you signed up for them, Tara.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Now I'm in there.
Yeah, so if you're in there, you'll see that you can see how you do it. You create a new link, you put the long
Yes.
URL in, and then create, and it'll give you a small one. And you can even on some of them, if it hasn't been used yet, you can that back part of the URL you can customize. So like for my flash sale, mine is bit.ly/flash sale 22. So
Oh,
I like
okay.
I like to try and do something like that. So if it's a QR code on something, but they might want to type it in, like if I'm sending a postcard out and they don't have it, they can just type in like bit.ly/flash sale 22. So it makes it a little easier for them to hand type stuff in too. But a lot of the good URLs are taken, so sometimes you have to get creative.
Okay.
All right. Any last questions before I click stop recording? Or before we get off? Okay, well, I will let you guys have the rest of your evening. Thanks for hopping on. Thank you, Tara, because I feel like I learned a lot of things and I need to implement this. So if you have any questions, feel free to message us or post in the group now that we're all one happy family again. And we will see you. When it will be there, hold on. Let me see when the next group ride will be. It should be August 1st is when it should be, because usually we do them the first Monday. We just didn't this time because of July 4th was our first Monday for this month. So August 1st, we will see you at 8 p.m. Unless there's some other conflict, we will post in the group and let you know. But thanks again for sharing, Tara. And I hope you guys all have a great evening.
You too. Bye.